Let's get right into it. What is the reason why you don't want to raise our kids the same way we were raised?
I have a lot of reasons, but I'll give you my top three.
My top three?
My top three reasons.
Okay, I'll do the same.
My top three favorite reasons.
Okay, three favorite
My three
reasons.
major favorite reasons.
Major favorite now? Dang. This is gonna be spicy.
Growing up, my mom always worked. She had two jobs. It was, me and my sister and my brother, my dad and my mom. My mom and my dad had a horrible relationship. And then my mom and my dad separated. And my mom had to work 2, 3 jobs to keep up with the rent. So she was never around. Hardly ever. I would see her maybe like when she would come home or start getting ready for work. Meanwhile, I was always at school and I was always with the babysitter. So I've been at my job for a really long time. And there was a time where we did need more money. And the next thing for me was to move up, which was become a manager. So I was training, I was getting ready for the manager position. But then I really thought, I was like, there's no way I can take this position because number one, I'm never gonna be with my kids. I'm gonna be working all these crazy hours. I'm gonna be stressed out. I'm gonna be tired. And like most importantly, Raiden's games. Like I won't even be at his games anymore.
Yeah.
Because when you become a manager at my job, you don't get to pick or have a set schedule like how I have now. Obviously like the benefits are good, the more pay, but I always thought of it as like no money is worth that time with my kids and those memories. And that's something like I don't regret is not taking the manager position. And I feel like at first you were kind of like, it'll be helpful, like we can use more money and stuff.
Yeah.
And same thing like with my sisters, like they really want me to push it. And I remember my sister telling me like, sometimes you gotta make sacrifices. And I was just like, that's just a sacrifice that I'm not willing to make. Because growing up, I was so lonely. I was always by myself.
Well, if you made that sacrifice, then Raiden probably would not be in baseball.
Yeah, and nothing.
It's already hard enough to have him in baseball.
Yeah.
Let alone like the baby, we want to put her in another sport. I'm working all day and you're doing the manager position all day. It was a struggle that we were dealing with. And we all dip into money problems here and there.
Yeah.
A lot less now than we used to, but I mean, there's always a way to figure things out.
And look at us now, like.
Yeah, there's always a way. So many ways to make money. It's just you have to expand on how to make money. There's a lot of different opportunities out there, not just having to work more.
Like there's something everybody's good at.
Yeah, everyone is.
Yeah, everybody has a talent.
Everybody has some type of thing that they've been good at. And they had their curiosity and their creative flow thrive when they were younger, but it's been taken away from them.
Yeah.
It could either be by their parents or by the school system or by friends, society.
Yeah. But that's one of my big reasons is I just always want to be there for my kids. And meaning like picking them up from school every single day. That just means everything to me. Because there were some times where I would be at school waiting for my ride and nobody would come.
I remember one time I was with my cousin, and I was like such a mama's boy. I remember I was like in second grade, third grade, and the bus drops us off at this park, and all of us are playing at the park, waiting for our parents. My Nina or my mom were running late, and we were the last kids there, and it was me and my cousin Destiny, and we were the last kids there, and I was freaking sobbing. I was crying. My mom doesn't love me. My mom.
Shut up.
Yeah, I was like, my mom left me.
Oh my God.
She forgot about me.
Big baby.
And then Destiny's like, oh my God, you're good. You're okay. They're just running late. And then, what do you know? They come. Hey,
oh my God.
Get in the car. What are you crying about? I also want to bring something up. At what point in that time were you like, we got it. Like, we got this covered. We can figure this out, the money problem.
My mom always taught me to not stress out about things. Like, things will always work out. Even my sister, Julie, she's always positive. She's always like, everything always works out for us. Like, we're going to be okay. And I think I've always had that in my mind in every situation. Of course, like, I would stress out a little bit, but I wouldn't want to, like, it ruin my mood or my days or let it get to me where I'm, like, look and feel unhappy. I think I've always just, like, we're going to be okay.
You just let it ruin my day.
That's your problem.
I'm just kidding. Oh, we were running around with the chicken with his head cut off. No,
all your white hair came out.
Yeah, it's all you, man.
And I tried to tell you, but I think you look at me as like, you're crazy. Like, how can you not worry?
No, I don't think that now. No.
But can you see that? Like, I've always been like Raiden says, nonchalant about stuff.
Yeah, you're super like, this is you.
Yeah, like
This
what the
is
hell do you want
this
to
is
do?
me, and this is you.
There's no reason to be unhappy unless obviously
I don't
like
think it's unhappiness. I think we have a totally different perspective. I'm talking about like
financial.
yeah, the financial situation, the financial part. How did you think that it was going to be okay?
I don't know. I don't know. Like, I just
You
feel,
just like had faith?
of course, yeah. I think I always do. I see it and I just know it. We're going to be okay. And we were. And it's just like something I guess manifesting, you know? I'm a true believer in manifestation and speaking things into existence. I've always like, you're going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like, yeah, I've always doubted myself. So last year, I went through a really, like, emotional, I guess it was in a funk. And yeah, I did feel sad. I feel like I was going nowhere in life, like I was wasting my time.
Like stagnant?
Yeah, like what am I doing? I did all these things and nothing's happening. I don't feel motivated. I don't feel ambitious. I think I was just doing it mostly to like keep up with you because you were up here and I was like kind of down here. And I think at that time I was doing everything for everybody but myself. So imagine like feeling so low and so sad.
It's growth. That's what it is.
Yeah. So imagine going through that but still being a mom. You can't just cry in front of your kids because obviously you don't want your kids to feel like or think something's wrong. Like that's the last thing you want to show your kids. So imagine like feeling all these emotions inside and then not even being able to have like a moment alone to cry. So yeah, like you feel like shit, like you feel depressed, especially when you know you're capable of more, but you just can't find the motivation to like pursue your dream.
You don't need to find the motivation.
That's what I felt. And I feel like that stuck with me a long time.
This actually can sequence into like credit too. You know what's funny? I was talking to Raiden the other day and I was like, "Hey dude, let's build you a credit account." And then he was like, "Credit?
Like what the hell is that?
What is a credit?" So I was telling him and I was like, "So what do you think? Like you wanna get a credit card and you know, you can buy stuff here and there, but you
gotta
have
pay
to
it off."
learn how to pay it off. And you have to do chores and you have to figure out ways to pay it off." And he's like, "Yeah, but it seems kind of like scary. Like, I'm borrowing money. How am I
Like
borrowing
sketch,
money?
huh?
Yeah, like I'm borrowing money from who?" I'm like, "You're borrowing money from the bank, bro. So if you don't pay them, they're gonna put you to jail." He's like, "Nah, bro. I just get money. I just use Apple Pay."
My mom would give me Apple Pay.
I'm like, "Dude, no. Like, let's learn." Yeah, but
Yeah,
he
it
was
is.
interested, but I don't know. Maybe we
Yeah, our
have to.
parents never. I remember my mom telling me, "You got accepted for a credit card. Do it. It's gonna build your credit." And we would go fucking shopping, Forever 21, max out the whole fucking credit card, and I would make minimum payments.
Oh
I
my
got in
God.
debt young. Victoria's Secret, had Chase, I had Target. Yeah.
Really?
Who the hell knows? They're probably still looking for me. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Oh man.
But I had a really bad financial problem. I just didn't know how to save. I had no teaching or lecture of money. I always thought, oh my God, I work now. I have money. I can buy whatever the hell I want. I don't have to save, blah, blah, blah. So that's when you came along in our relationship. And at first, it was just like, okay, you know, you spend your money how you want, this and that. We obviously like paid bills together, but until a point where I was broke. I had no fucking money. And I remember telling you, like, I'm broke, I have no money. And you were like, okay, so well, what the hell are you spending your money on? Like, what are you doing? And I laid it out on the table, and you were like, look it, I'm still a spender, but not as much as before.
You're still. I'm like,
But not as much as before. I
dude.
spend things that I need. You can't
Okay,
sit here and be like,
if you spend things that you need, and if I ask you next week what you spent your money on that you needed last week, if you don't remember,
oh
I'm gonna
yeah, I
haunt you.
remember.
Okay.
The only thing I spend my money on is my nails, my lashes, and what else?
Sephora. Where'd you go to
I
Sephora for? You went to.
Bro, I just ran out of foundation. I needed a foundation.
Okay. Okay.
Ladies,
Okay.
please in the
Okay. All
comments
right. All right.
let your mans know how much
Okay.
foundation costs nowadays. An arm and a leg.
All right.
Don't get personal loans, guys. I've done that before. I've
Personal loans too.
I've done that before.
Wait, it's all coming out.
It was the worst thing.
The loan?
Yeah, remember with the lady
Oh
that I got myself
yeah,
into?
that was a bad loan.
Rob was
That
like,
was stupid.
Rob was like,
That was
tell
so
her you're
dumb.
not paying her. But yes, we're trying to teach our kids now the value of money. It's better to apply it now than it's when it's too late. Like what happened to me. I'm the perfect example. But you're growing up, your parents just never taught you to
I
get
never
credit
learned about.
cards.
I
But how
no.
about like chores and stuff? Like,
What I got was gear for football or gear for baseball, skateboard gear, like just items. I never got like I get a couple bucks for lunch, but that wasn't part of chores. My chores were like football, baseball,
yeah,
etc. I really didn't get money
yeah,
like that until I had to learn how to make my own money, which was from the parties that we throw in high
yeah,
school.
yeah,
And that's when I really got like clothes and everything. Because back in the day, I wore
yeah.
freaking Wrangler and I wore Shaq shoes. I didn't wear Jordans in middle school. I wore Shaqs.
Thank God my
You know?
sister, I would have been the same way, but my sister Julie, like, she would buy me like the latest shoes.
Yeah, not me.
Yeah. When Raiden was born, I would give him everything. I would buy him all the clothes. I would buy him shoes, all the toys, everything. But as he got older, I was still spoiled with him. He started to be, I don't want to say ungrateful, but he started to expect things.
Yes.
Then attitude came and,
When he didn't get his way,
like,
tantrums.
yeah. I thought of it as in like, I want to give my kids everything I didn't have. But no, that's when you told me, you were like, we can't do that because then he's going to feel entitled. He's going to act like a brat if he doesn't get his way. And he's not going to appreciate things. And he has to learn how to get rewarded.
Yep.
And at first, I didn't think of it like that, in that way.
Yeah.
Now I understand. I'm sure when we changed that rule, he was like, what the fuck's happening? Like, he was pissed.
Yeah.
He didn't understand it. And then we explained to him, like, okay, we've been giving you a lot of stuff and you're acting like a brat. You know, it's time that you start to earn things instead of everything always given to you. But I wouldn't
I
have
could see it.
known that unless you explained it to me and told me that because I thought of it as in, like, I'm going to give my kids everything I didn't have.
I started finding out that he wasn't only asking us for things, and when he didn't get his way with us, he'd ask other people.
My mom, especially, because my mom spoils the shit out of him.
Yeah, well,
Like,
everyone does, the whole
yeah.
family.
Yeah, his grandpa, nobody ever tells him no.
I need to have like a Raiden group chat.
Yeah, let us know when Ray is asking for something. At first, I felt like shit, like, oh my God, he probably thinks like, didn't I tell you, blah, 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 blah. The first few times it would be like that. But then after, you have to really be like, I told you.
Yeah.
Sometimes like when his friend wants to come over and be like, did you clean your room today? He said no. I'm like, then no, I'm sorry. Then your friend can't come over. We have a group message, us three. And Raiden was asking for something, I don't know what. But what you said in the message when you told Raiden, like, you're not doing these things for us, you're doing it for yourself. Do you remember what you said?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So tell him, like, cleaning your room is because you should have a clean room.
Yes.
Because it'll make you feel. You wash your clothes so that you can have clean clothes. Telling him those little things really made him understand, like,
Yeah, I'm always going to be proud. I'm going to be a proud dad always. But I don't want him to feel like it's just do this, then I'm going to be proud of you if you do this.
yeah.
Or
Yeah.
you're going to
Oh,
get a
yeah.
reward if you do this.
Yeah.
None of that shit. You do that because you're supposed to do that. Like you wash your clothes because you're supposed
Yes. Oh, yeah, because he had said, like, well, I clean my room. Why can't I hang out with my friends or blah, blah, blah. And that's when you were like, no, like you clean your room because you're supposed to clean your room. We decided to give Raiden a phone just, a few months ago?
to. Yeah.
But he's not allowed to be on any social media because I think it's best to save him from seeing stupid shit on social media. I just feel like when kids are on social media, they live up to a life that doesn't exist. They scroll, scroll, scroll. Because we do it. Sometimes I'll be scrolling and I see like a girl going to Marshall's, buying all this stuff. What's the next thing that I want to do? Is go to Marshall's
yeah.
and go buy all this shit that I don't need, you know?
I think a lot of people get this vision of other people being happy because they don't show the other side. They only show the good side of everything. And when people see that, they think that their life sucks. When you watch other people happy and this and that and together, couples together and you're just drawn this perfect picture. Social media is so freaking perfect. Or it needs to stop being like that. It needs to start being
real.
honest, yeah. Real. I want to talk about food. This is a real serious one.
Yeah, Rob gets at us, guys.
My past was always eating McDonald's, Jack in the Box, freaking Taco Bell,
Yeah.
King Taco. King Taco's kind of good.
Rio's Pizza.
Rio's Pizza. It was bad.
Yeah.
Bad eating habits. I'm not gonna say every day, but most of the days.
Yeah, it was like a normal thing to stop by McDonald's. See, with the kids, that's another thing. I always made sure I gave them good food. Like, I never gave them Gerber or anything like that. I think I found the joy as in being able to make their own food. Being that mom, like, I'm gonna make my kids food from scratch. Gonna eat like salmon, spinach, and yeah, Raiden loves all that.
Yeah, he still loves it.
Yeah,
Which is
steak, lobster. But he does love like Takis. And before, we would let him have Takis and we would tell him like, okay, you can only have half a bag.
Kids and food, that's probably the biggest problem that parents deal with.
Yeah.
Especially like from when they're young. Because if we give our kids some junk and like pizza and they eat pizza, fries, burgers, this and that when they're young, imagine when they get older, what they're gonna eat.
And they have their own money.
Yeah, when they have they're just gonna stick to that. They're gonna stick to the junk. Within the last 2 years, like we really dug in deep to
Yeah.
being healthy mentally, physically, emotionally.
It's more with Raiden. We obviously had him really, really young and we didn't know this kind of knowledge. With Raiden, it was easier because when we had her, I felt like we were 100 times more prepared with Rain, yeah. Like we knew what to expect. Obviously, with your first, you have no idea what the hell. And then being teen parents,
Yeah.
you're not even thinking about freaking financials and
All that, anything.
anything.
You're just thinking about how to make this kid survive.
Yeah, and be a survival with your kid.
Yeah, and survive with your kid. The last one, this is a good one too. Emotional thinking. It's good to think emotionally sometimes.
Yeah.
Let's say like something satisfies you, you think with emotion. So thinking more rationally than rationally means there's logic behind of what I'm trying to tell him.
Or just like in taking feedback.
Yes, like in taking the feedback from him, or, I mean from myself, rather than getting
defensive.
upset or being defensive or getting sad or like when he strikes out in baseball, sometimes he just gets upset. He throws his hat, a helmet or something, you know, he gets all pissed off, and then it's like that's emotional thinking. That's gonna destroy him the rest of the game. He's not gonna be able to perform how he did previously because he's thinking with emotion, not rational thinking, not with logic. He's not, okay, where did I mess up? How did I mess up? And he doesn't understand that. That's what I want him to start learning. But it was because of us. We were emotional thinkers. It carries on to our kids and they see it, they feel it. That's how they become emotional thinkers.
Yeah.
You know, think with logic. You know, how can I make this situation better? How can I fix this? Rather than, man, my life sucks. This is bullshit. I'm over it.
Like more like him knowing the difference between like, okay, if you're really upset, then it's okay to feel your emotions. But like you said for baseball, tournament when he striked out, he didn't practice. We told him like, you put in no work. You didn't practice.
Yeah.
So why are you upset? That's where you want him to understand.
This was a good one.
Everyone's gonna be a good one.
We went deep into like this freaking mental and money.
And we're just being honest and real. Like this is literally coming from straight from our hearts.
Yeah.
This is no filter, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
These topics right here that we just talked about could be all separate freaking podcasts.
Yeah.
Episodes.
Let us know in the comments if you guys want us to get into more detail on any of the topics that we talked about.
Yeah.
And we will. Or anything in general, you guys. Like if we read the comments and we think we're confident enough to talk about it, then we will.
Or if you want to just DM us and just hit us up and ask a question or have a concern or, you know, anything that regards you or your children, you know, hit us up.
Mom, dads.
I don't mind talking to somebody or...
Yeah, follow us on Instagram.
You know, my DMs are dead.
Ever since you got a baby mama, huh?
Yeah, they've been quiet.
Follow us on Instagram, TikTok. We're on Spotify, obviously here on YouTube. But everything, all the handles are Calling All Parents Podcast. But thank you so much. Thank you for being so honest.
I'm held at my wheel. You guys can't see my leg, but it's chained to the freaking... to the sofa.
Good night, you guys.
No, good night.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. See you guys on the next one.